Scraffito is a technique that I really enjoy because it's rather primitive in a way. You can actually get into the paint with your fingers, your nails. It's kind of, I think it's getting in touch with our ancestors to a certain degree. It's a great technique. You can use it in watercolour painting, oils, and today I'm actually going to be just giving a quick demonstration about its use in acrylic painting. As you see, I've already primed up my canvas in quite a bold, strong yellow. That's because this is the base colour, because obviously when you actually scratch into the surface, that's what's going to be revealed. So I'm just going to literally blob on some paint on the canvas straight from the tube. Let's just smear a bit of it around and see how it goes. I mean, I've chosen these two colours because there's such a very direct contrast between the yellow and the black. So if we get in here, get plenty of lovely thick paint down and see how we go. A lot of artists use this technique. I mean, if you actually go to major galleries and look at artists like Picasso, Matisse, you know, all artists really have had a go, because I think it's just part of our innate creativity that if you see wet paint you want to get in there. So basically I had to eat an awful lot of ice lollies this summer to get a few sticks here to sort of show you. So here we go. We'll scratch in with this lolly and see how it goes. Right, okay. Maybe the lolly isn't going to be as interesting as, say, taking a fork. So we've all got forks in the kitchen. Let's see how that goes. Oh wow, look, now I like that. That's fab. That actually gives you a rather nice texture. I mean, equally, you can scrape. I tell you what, I think that line is particularly nice. Ooh, yeah. Very, very satisfying actually. Super. And then of course my favourite, but you have to have a sort of a wet rag to hand or some kitchen roll, because you do get really messy, is to get in there with your nails. You know, it's a good idea to specially grow one at least so you can use it for Scraffito. So here we go. Literally you're scratching in with your nail and you're taking off the paint. So we'll have a little leaf here, shall we? And in actual fact, out of the three, the fork, the lollipop stick and my nail, I have to say my favourite is my nail. It really is. But with acrylic paint dries very, very quickly. You know, you often need to have a water spray nearby, or have a tray with a sponge underneath your colours, because that's the beauty of working with acrylic, that it's not like oil. You don't have to wait weeks for sort of layering up and for it to dry. With acrylic, you just get in there and it's actually drying as you're working. And of course that means brush care is important, because if you go off for your lunch and come back, you might find you, on a particularly hot day, that you've got a good brush and it's rock solid because the acrylic has actually stuck. You can use it like a glue, in fact. I know some artists actually use glue to stick tissue paper and things on, but acrylic is such a marvellous medium that basically, you know, you can actually stick things on to your canvas just using the acrylic. Sort of put it on nice and thick to an area. So if I put it on nice and thickly here, you'll see that what I can do, of course I've got it over here, so I'm going to have to lean over, so excuse me, But I've got here a little wooden heart, and I might decide that I want to put that in the middle of one of my compositions. I think, well, that is great. It actually gives a 3D effect. It raises the canvas up at that point, so you can paint over it. It's slipping around the canvas now, but acrylic is like a glue, so you can just get in there. You can say to yourself, right, fab, we now have a 3D black raised heart at this point. Well, that looks pretty good, because obviously as the light catches it, it's going to show up that's 3D, so that's rather good. Equally, I could go totally crazy and decide that this heart is going to have something else stuck near to it. Why not? Why not? I've just used this. I could say, right, we're going to have another object stuck to our canvas. Let's stick our lollipop stick on there. There we go. Literally making it up as I go along. But the idea is, with acrylic, that you can have a bit of fun. And what is art about if it isn't having fun? There we go. So just move that aside. So there we have a lollipop stick and a wooden heart, and they're stuck to the canvas. And I assure you that in a few hours' time they will be rock solid, as if you'd used a glue. And like I say, get in there. Get in there. I mean, here I drew that leaf with a lollipop stick, but looking at it, when I go in with my nail, makes a very satisfying noise, but then also makes a pretty good leaf. Excellent. Right, well, I hope that inspires you to get dirty.